Hmm.
Okay. So
Now, you
go
want to
ahead,
go?
John, you take one.
All right. Now, after these first three roles, what was next for you? What were some
Well,
of the next roles that you took on early in your career?
okay, that's a more specific answer because the next was some unemployment.
Yeah, and I'll build on top of that too. Now you speaking of you had your first early roles, and then you kind of hit that like wall, that brick wall. Now you're trying to find work. How did you stay motivated and resilient in your industry, trying to catapult and kind of trying to persevere and get forward and find new work for yourself? How did you stay resilient in this time?
Well, I did plays, I did because you can art go and usually they had casting papers here. One was called the drama log. There were several others, but they would list in there, plays that were going to be done and when the auditions were, and you could go to an audition. You didn't need an agent or anything like that to get into a play. So I did plays, and we had a saying that I learned at the LA City College Theater Department that said, that if you can be discouraged, you should be. So that that ethos uh, carried me through, and I mean, I was out hustling. You go out and you hustle. You go do a play and you try to get agents to come see you so you can get an agent. Plays get reviewed by various entertainment publications and newspapers, and you get a good review that helps you to, to meet other people, network, and you get a reputation as being a good actor, and that type of thing. So uh, you just have to. The hardest thing is to sustain yourself financially, because if you get a job, then if you get called for an audition, you may not be able to get there because you're at work, depending on what your job is. So I mean, you find a way though when if you're serious and committed, uh, you find a way.
So, cuz, let me ask you. So, what was the craziest job you had to do
Oh
as
wow.
you are in that gap that you said, okay, really?
Well, the unemployment office here had a program what they call casual labor,
Mhm.
where if you needed somebody to do some type of schlep work, you send it to the unemployment office and they say, well, usually it was for a day or,
Right.
a few days or a week or whatever. So one day I needed some money. I went to there to look for casual labor work, and they had a uh, uh, opening for people to do a rug auction.
A rug
And
auction. Okay.
yeah, rug auction. They were having a rug auction that night. And so I got hired and went. And what we had to do was like we had to load the rugs out of the truck and put them on the floor so that people came in, rich people came in and looked at them. And if they like one, we had to hold it up and let them take a look at it and then load it in their truck.
Okay.
That was one, and I also sold pictures door to door, where they had, you go out and you go to knock. They drop you off in the neighborhood, and you start knocking on doors and saying, we have this picture
I know
photo
that.
package, and you can, if you buy it, you need $25 deposit, right?
A
Well, the
picture of what?
25 of themselves, have photography done for the family
Oh,
and stuff like that.
okay.
And
Okay.
if the deposit was yours, that's what you made. Then the photographer would come and take the pictures, and then he would sell them more pictures.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we were like the stalking horse for that. So I walked around neighborhoods. I didn't know nobody, or whatever, knocked on doors, and you make $25, $30. At that in those days, that was enough to get you a meal and a movie. So
Is this out in this small town?
no, this is in LA.
Oh, okay.
Right.
This is
Back
in
there.
various neighborhoods in LA. And you know,
Okay.
you work the job, you go in the morning, they drop you off somewhere and pick you up later in the day, and whatever you made in deposits was your money, and they make their money when they actually did the photos.
And
So
were y'all in
that,
teams
you
or
know,
by
for a while.
yourself?
By yourself.
Okay. You
Yeah,
weren't
by
scared.
yourself. Huh?
You weren't scared walking through neighborhood.
Well, you know,
Because this big black guy walking.
before I came to California, when I was in school at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, I got a job with a loan collection agency where they used to go out and knock on your door and you know, collect your loan payment or tell you your loan payment is due, you know. So I used to do that in the evenings after I got out of school. And one of the strangest places I had to go, this guy was a drummer in a strip club. And I had to go to the strip club and wait for him to finish his set so I could hit him up for his loan payment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I'm walking around the streets of Baltimore, you know, with cash in my pocket and, you know, things like that. So that other thing was, you know,
but no baseball bat,
lightweight.
right?
No, just me and my arrogance.
Because it was funny when you were telling me, it's amazing. When you tell me about the carpet, all I remember is the scene from the Godfather 2 where they're rolling up the carpet.
Oh, they rolled the
in the house. And the police are knocking on the door.
Yeah.
So you guys were the auctioneers. There was no.
No, we were not the auctioneers. There was an auctioneer. We were the rug holders.
You're Vanna.
Just holding up the rugs.
Yeah, you and another guy.
One person on each side.
Yeah, one person on each side, and so that the client could see. Now this rug is $3,000 we asking for, and you know we hold up there and look at it. Okay, and we had to hold it while they bid on it, and then whoever got it, we had to roll it up and take it to their car. You know,
you were ahead of your times. You in the gig economy.
Yeah, I was just trying to eat, man. You know, and keep a roof over my head.
Somebody's gonna use that idea now that we say that. It's gonna be a gig economy thing.
Yeah, well, I was, you know, also I was fortunate too that I had been in the military, and so when I was going to school, I was getting a check from the VA, and I had worked, so I could get unemployment. So you know, between the unemployment and the VA money, I was living pretty well.
Okay. Excellent.
Till I stopped going to school and the unemployment ran out. Then I had to get another job.
Okay. So once you got past the gig economy jobs you had back then, and you moved, when in your head, how deep did it get where you say, you know what? I'm a pro. This is what I do. What was that moment?
That happened the first time I got paid. My first job.
Okay.
When I got paid, I knew I was professional. You know, I had done some, you know, I had done some plays. I mean, plays that didn't pay. You know, you did them for exposure. You did them for an opportunity to you know, show your wares. Okay. But that first thing, computer side, when they gave me I had a dressing room, you know, I had wardrobe, you know, it's like, hey, I'm a professional now, you know, and I got my check and put it down on my SAG card. I knew I was on my way at that point.
Okay. Well, what I want to do for some of our viewers and listeners, just so you can see, like, wait a minute, I know that face. And what I want to do is just take 30 seconds. And here's and JD might talk about one of the spots here. Is this out right now? This is the Geico.
Right. Yeah, this is the Geico commercial that I did back in August.
The warp rift is expanding. All worlds within the Calaxian Veil will be consumed.
This difficulty demands a specialist, an ease specialist.
Yeah, that's me.
Geico makes it easy to get coverage for what you care about. Cars, apartments, jewellery.
Jewelry?
And what about the warp rift?
I've got you. There you go.
Dust in the cartridge.
Goonie.
Okay. So with that, how'd you feel about it? Or what do you do? Because we didn't even really mention about all the commercials you've done, and they're out there right now. How do you feel about the commercial that we just showed? The example, the Geico. What goes through your head as it's going on now? Just take a professional view.
The first thing is how soon are the checks going to get here? That's the first thing.
Okay.
In terms of artistically about the commercial, I felt fortunate. If you notice, I'm the only one in the commercial that doesn't have any makeup on.
Right.
You know, so I said I'm not really sure how to look at that. Is it the fact that they didn't want to cover up my handsome face, or I look enough like an alien that I don't need makeup? So I prefer the first reason.
Okay.
So it was good that I didn't have to do, because I think that the lady that was next to me, she went through something like 2 or 3 hours of makeup to put that on it. So the guy that the lizard guy, he had he couldn't, you know, he had to drink through a straw, and you know, it was difficult for him to eat lunch and stuff like that. So it was a good spot. I just was fortunate to get it. Sometimes a commercial matches up, you know, with your abilities pretty well.
Right.
I had done voiceovers for Star Trek, so I had a feel for what they were looking for. But I enjoyed it, and the residuals have been started to come in now. They're not great, but they're not terrible either. They're better than a sharp stick in the eye, that's for sure.
Okay, got you.
On passive income.
Say it again.
I said it's a form of passive income.
Yeah, well, it's what I've always wanted to do, in the sense that I have a hard time working 9 to 5 on a regular basis for somebody, you know, because my mind just is not focused on that kind of thing. So doing theater or commercial or TV, you go to work, and then you can still get residuals. You get money afterwards, even though you're not working on that particular thing anymore. And so that, you know, the goal is to build up enough work that produces first the initial income and then residual income after that.
So did that have a major impact on you?
Say it again.
I said, so did that have a major impact on you as far as that she championed you, that that had a major significance to you, that she took the time to do that?
Well, you know, it was verification that I had some ability, and that I was noticeable. As I said, she had that reputation for helping the people at the school, and that program was really talented. Paul Winfield went through that program. Morgan Freeman went through that school. Mark Hamill. So, you know, a lot of well-known people went through there, and it was a JC. So, you know, you weren't paying, you know, thousands of dollars a year to take it. It was a very good opportunity, and so that it was this verification that, you know, I had some ability that was noticeable, and that she was kind enough to you know, to get me in the door. I had I had nothing to do with it in terms of, oh, come and see me. She came to see her son, and it just so happened that the scenes that he had were with me.